Aloha, in like Flynn viewers, we are live here this evening. I'm sorry we're starting a little bit late. I apologize. We were having some streaming issues, and we were trying to work those out. We haven't gone live in a while, so hopefully you all can see us and hear us, and we're gonna have a good time tonight talking about our most recent Disneyland trip. I've got PJ here with me up in the house, and yeah, hopefully we have a very good time this evening talking about our most recent Disneyland trip. Hopefully you all can see me and hear me. And are we live, dude? Oh, we got like a little ad or something. I don't know how to work with these ads. There we are. Hey, we're live. Oh my gosh. Sweet. We are actually live this time. That's fantastic. PJ is on the chat, so he'll be monitoring the live chat for any of you that want to jump in, ask us questions, and discuss our most recent trip. We definitely had an interesting time at Disneyland. It was the kids' first time out there. It was our second time out there. We don't get to go out to California a whole heck of a lot. The kids were dying to go, and it's a trip that we had been thinking about doing for a while, and it definitely finally came together. But let me tell you, like, we had just tons of issues leading up to the trip that made it almost not happen. Like, we were even planning a backup trip. Remember that?
Yeah.
Because leading up to our trip, there was the whole issue with the Disneyland workers that were going to go on strike. And here we are dropping like, $7,000-8,000 on a vacation, and we're like, oh my gosh, are the employees going to be striking? Because we knew that was coming down the pike. They were voting on whether or not to strike. So if the employees had gone on strike, we were going to cancel the trip, and we were all nervous. And PJ, like, we actually sat down and had family conversations about what we were going to do. You remember that?
Yeah.
And it wasn't even just the strike that was the issue. We were also worried about several of the ride closures because they were closing so many rides and attractions leading up to our trip. We're like, man, are we even going to have a great time at Disneyland despite all these ride closures and things? So the trip almost didn't happen. It was totally down to the last few days. Everything we had booked was completely refundable except for the tickets. But we did end up going, and the trip was a memorable one. There were some highlights, there were some lowlights, and that's why we're here tonight. So folks, feel free to jump in. We would love to hear from you. Jump in the chat. We'll answer any questions that you have. And PJ and I are going to be here for a little bit. Let's see. Hey, what's going on? Evening in Lake Flynn's. Good. I'm glad you can see us loud and clear. That's fantastic. Awesome. So let's see. I've got a few pictures and stuff for you that I can hit you with here. So there we are. That was probably one of our favorite attractions in California Adventure and Cars Land, Radiator Springs Racers. We had a blast on that, but this was one of the issues that we had, right? Because
it
go ahead.
went down many times.
Every single day.
Yeah.
So one of the things, you're constantly on the Disneyland app when you're there, and Radiator Springs Racers, I think we ended up getting on it 3 times in our 3 days. We did have a park hopper pass, so we were hopping back and forth between California Adventure
We won every single time.
and Disneyland. We did, dude. We were 3 for 3, so that was pretty sweet. Yeah, we were 3 for 3. We rode it 3 times. We won all 3 times. But the thing is, we had to keep watching because the one time the ride went down while we were in line, I think the first time we went to go on it, the ride went down. We were already about halfway through the queue. And that's when you don't know what to do because you've already waited in line for a while. Then the ride goes down and you're like, do we stay there? And you get the very generic message like, we don't know when the ride's going to come back up. You can stay in line or you can get out of line. We ended up staying in line. What would we wait? Probably like a little over an hour that first time when it went down. But it sucks, right? Because you're spending so much money at the park, and then you're just waiting in line, not knowing in the back of your head, like, how long is it going to be down? I got to go to the bathroom. I wasn't expecting to wait this long. And
I can't wait to tell them about the other attraction, the water attraction, I'll say.
The water attraction? Go ahead and hit him with it.
Grizzly
Oh,
River.
Grizzly. Oh, that was something else. So that was another ride that for some reason they can't even get Grizzly River Run. That was constantly going down as well. And go ahead, PJ. You can tell them the story. You talk a little bit,
So
dude.
basically, it was wasn't it like the lift hill to the exit or something like that? Like at the end of the ride, the lift hill wasn't working.
Oh, well, I thought you were talking about how, because the ride went down twice while we were in line for it.
Yeah.
It was the hottest day. It was legit. The real feel was like nearing 100, and that queue line is outside. So hot. The ride kept going down. It was the same thing like Radiator Springs. We were just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting. And I remember we had spent a really long day early in the park and we hadn't eaten and we were starving.
Yeah.
We were all hungry. We were tired. We were just cranky and irritable. And we were waiting in line for Grizzly River Run. And oh my gosh, it went down twice while we were in line. We ended up waiting in line again for probably an hour and a half for Grizzly River Run. And then while we were on it, it broke down again.
Well, when?
Remember when we got up right before, was it right before the drop?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got stuck there at the drop. We have the video, because I think we even posted the ride. If you actually watch the ride video that we posted on our channel.
Stopped for like a couple of minutes, like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
No, not 5 minutes, like maybe like...
Maybe not that. It was maybe like 3, but
Yeah.
the other, leading up to that, the ride had gone down for a longer period of time. And then luckily, we just got stuck there waiting to drop down the hill. But it was...
It's anticlimactic.
Yeah. But that was one of the main issues that we had the entire trip, were all the rides that were constantly going down. And it was just extremely frustrating. And yeah, I mean, what can you do? Rides are going to break. But I really feel like lately it's become a lot more of an issue than it was. Like, do you remember back when we were going 2 and 3 times a year? You were more small at that point.
Yeah, we didn't have to deal with all that, the apps, all that stuff.
Well, they still had the apps.
Well, you didn't have to stress as much.
Yeah, you definitely weren't stressing as much with pre-COVID times. We still, had the lightning lanes and stuff that were around. Well, the whole My Disney Experience app. Oh my gosh, I have a love-hate relationship with that thing, because you're right. You're constantly walking around the park, just looking at your device like this. This is your whole day. Hey, what's going on? What's the next thing that we could get on? Holy smokes, are you kidding me? Like, what the heck?
Holy smokes, we just got to add.
Oh, I guess, people are getting ads now for us. Wow. I'm sorry if you're having to deal with ads while you're watching our live stream. We're actually monitoring the live stream, so we see the ads too.
Probably because we got monetized.
Yeah.
We're doing ads now.
I know. I'm sorry about that, folks. Like, yeah, we've recently got monetized on this channel, and I never thought we would, but not something we were ever really aiming for, but it happened. We're definitely not crushing it in terms of monetization, but whatever. But yeah, all the rides going down, that was probably the biggest frustration of the whole trip, don't you think?
Yeah.
Because it was the major attractions too. Rise of the Resistance. I don't think not one of the 3 days we were there, Rise of the Resistance opened at Park Open.
One of the times, I think we made a lightning lane just for it to go down. Remember that? That was funny.
We did. We were actually we did a lightning lane, like, oh my gosh. And it went down, and sucks. But every single day out of the 3 days we were there, every single day, Rise of Resistance did not open at Park Open because it was broken down. And one day it didn't open until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Just because with all these new rides, it has all this technology that one thing messes up, all of the systems mess up.
Mm-hmm.
So if we just do a classic boat ride, at least that will not break down a lot.
Yep.
It might not be a fan favorite, but at least it doesn't break down.
Right. And it's funny that you bring that up, because if you take a look here, this was the reason we had the lightning lane. We were over at California Adventure, and we stood in line for web slingers.
Yeah, I was excited about that.
Exactly. We were trying to get on web slingers, which was constantly going down all the time, like multiple times a day. And remember, we got all the way through the pre-show, And what happened?
And it like froze, and then we got
Yeah.
escorted out.
We stood in the pre-show area after we saw this pre-show, and then we stood there for probably 15 minutes. The ride had gone down. We were not able to ride. PJ was bummed because that was the one ride that you were super duper looking forward to.
We still got to go on it like once, twice.
Yeah, we still did get to go on it, but then they gave us like a return like lightning lane pass, and that's what we used for Rise of the Resistance. But there were so many attractions that were constantly going down. Web Slingers was another one. And when you're constantly just having to wait in lines and lines and lines, and they're breaking down, I don't know about anyone else, but you kind of get into a spot where you're in line, like with your fingers crossed, like, please don't go down, please don't go down. Every time the line doesn't move a little bit, you're like, did the ride go down? You know? And there was so much of that. And then for us, on top of that, there were already so many attractions that were closed on our trip, too.
Yeah, because of breakdowns, so they had to fix it.
Well, not even that. So we had Tiana Bayou Adventure. That was down.
Yeah,
because
that sucks.
Well, Splash Mountain. Yeah, the one in Disney World's not getting the best response. I'm a classic Splash Mountain guy. One of my favorite attractions. And I've seen the ride video. I haven't ridden it yet, but seems a little underwhelming. That seems to be the general.
I'm the one that showed it to you.
Yeah, I'm usually not one for ride spoilers, but I want to see it. You want to show it to me. So that whole area was down. Like the entire Frontierland area, like Winnie the Pooh was closed, Splash Mountain was closed, all of Critter Country was closed. Big Thunder was open. We did get to ride Big Thunder Mountain.
Yeah, it was a last ride.
Yep. But then there were other attractions that were closing after our second day, which is ridiculous. They had so many attractions down. They took down the Walt Disney World Railroad. They took down Space Mountain. What was I thought there was another attraction that closed that we had to ride before our last day. I forget. I forget now. It'll come to me eventually, probably after we're done with our live show. But yeah, those rides went down, and even I was just looking at the list of the current things that are down, and it's a little disheartening, to be quite honest. Like the Mr. Lincoln show that was down. Let's see here. Yeah, Critter Country. So it looks like they have an opening day right now of November 15th for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. That's good. Great Moments through Lincoln, that was closed. Seeing Tinkerbell and Pixie Hollow, that was closed. The sailing ship Columbia, I don't remember that running. I think that was closed. We did not see the sailing ship Columbia when we were there. The Explorer boats were closed. The David Crockett Explorer boats were closed. Lots of things went down. Was Jungle Cruise?
Yeah, we went.
We did go on Jungle Cruise, but I thought that went down as well for a temporary refurb. The one good thing, though, we got, and let's see, it's right here. I'll drop it on you. Haunted Mansion with the overlay, that was supposed to be closed on our trip, and in the last minute, they decided they were going to open it up as part of a virtual queue. But that was sort of a nightmare that day. Do you want to tell that story? Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
It was our day one, and we had gotten the virtual queue.
Yeah.
You woke up, did the whole 7 a.m. virtual queue for the Haunted Mansion trip.
Yeah.
And then when we went to go get in line at a return time, there was not really any clear signage on where to go. Remember, we were walking around, and then we saw the line, and we're like, no way, that can't be the return line for Haunted Mansion. It stretched all the way back past Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, we had to ask an employee, like, is this where you're going for our return time for Haunted Mansion? And they were like, yeah.
Then we have a question.
Oh, question. All right. Did you hear that the Magic Kingdom Disney World is getting an expansion? Yes, we have heard about the expansion. Let me finish up here real quick with Haunted Mansion. But, yeah, that was a nightmare. They need to get that in better shape because we had no clue where we were going, and then we waited in line. We probably, even with our virtual queue, waited for probably 45 minutes in line for the Haunted Mansion. And you didn't like it that much. You're not a big Nightmare Before Christmas kid.
Yeah.
I loved it because I'm a huge Halloween.
About Haunted Mansion is like they had to pause it a lot for like, you know, wheelchairs and stuff. Like they just pause it and then go and then 2 minutes go in, we have to pause it and then to wait and then you pause it. It's just like
That is true.
just kind of annoying.
Actually, I edited out the parts of that ride video where we stopped, but we did stop 3 times for an extended period of time while we were on Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
But I still like it. Now, so to go to the question, the Disney World expansion. Yes, I've heard about the Disneyland expansion, which is going to include the Villains Land, but then also the filling in of the Rivers of America for the Cars attractions, and they're wiping out Tom Sawyer's Island.
Yep.
I am not a fan of that. I love Tom Sawyer's Island. I think
I
that
see it go. It's
it wasn't your. Well, see, you're more of a younger generation rides kid, and I'm sure the Cars ride is going to be entertaining. I'm sure it's going to be fun. But for me, the theming is going to be gone. I mean, you're going to walk into Frontierland and you're like, oh, yeah, hey, look, we're here in the Old West. Oh, wait, hey, there goes Lightning McQueen and Sally. Lightning McQueen's in the lead. Here he goes. Oh, my gosh, there's Mater. Mater's cheering him on. There's the finish line. Oh, my gosh. Ah! Oh, hey, look. Hey, howdy, partner. What the heck? What kind of theming is that? It's crazy.
the Cars. I don't think it's gonna go well with Magic Kingdom.
I mean,
but
yeah, build that somewhere else. Like, build that in Hollywood Studios or
I think
something.
it would be good in Hollywood Studios or Epcot.
Yeah.
Personally, because with Test Track.
Well, that's an idea. They were going to close Test Track, put a Cars attraction in Test Track, or theme it. Like, that's not a bad idea, dude. I like your ideas. You're thinking outside the box. But so yeah, the Magic Kingdom expansion, love-hate relationship with it because I think there'll be some cool attractions, but I feel like they need to build out, use all the space that they have instead of closing historic attractions like Tom Sawyer's Island, because that was a great escape when the park was really busy. You could go over there and just kind of explore around, have a good time, and get away from the crowds a little bit and get away from the hustle and bustle. And that's going to be gone now in lieu of an attraction. And yeah, a little bit disappointed with the Magic Kingdom expansion stuff. Yeah. So PJ is pointing at something that we were going to bring up about Disneyland, and we're going to dive in a little bit about I guess you want to talk about the pricing a little bit, even though you're not the one that paid the bill.
Well, I know.
But
Well, then you hold it up.
what if I wear it? So this is a hat that my daughter got. So you've heard me complain a little bit about the pricing at Disneyland, how there's a bunch of paywalls, how insane it is. They're pricing people out. So the one piece of merchandise that we bought at Disneyland was a hat for my daughter. She lost her bucket hat. My daughter loves bucket hats. And I think it was the first day of the trip, she lost her bucket hat, which luckily Disneyland did end up finding, and we got it back at the end of our second day. So it did get turned into lost and found. So this hat, my daughter's going to kill me for putting that on. Right there, that's the bucket hat that we got her. Pretty cool little hat, if you can see it here. It's got all the different food and snacks and stuff from around Disneyland. It's got like a little Spirit jersey tag on it. And it's reversible, so you could actually reverse it the other way. And then you've got the cool little like food and stuff. Like, we're really big on the snacks and stuff. Now, guess how much this was? This bucket hat. You would think, like, what would you think this bucket hat's worth? Probably like 20, 25 bucks.
Yeah.
I would say that's a decent price to pay for a bucket hat in a theme park.
Times two that.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, this bucket hat, which, again, it's a pretty cool bucket hat, $40 plus tax. So,
Hey, Dad, I saw in one of the stores, just a simple pen that's themed to Disney World. That was like $6.
a pen, right. The merchandise was so expensive. It was insane. And I wanted to get my daughter this hat because I knew she loved it, and she wanted to replace her bucket hat. And I don't regret buying it for her.
Oh,
unfortunately,
break.
I really felt like I would have never spent $40 for this hat. But hey, she loves it. She let me borrow it for the live show. But after tax, this thing, because I actually just got the bill for it. After tax and stuff, this came to, it was like $47 for this bucket hat from Disneyland.
We got some chats.
Okay, what do we got here? There's a Monsters Inc. coming to Hollywood Studios. Test track is currently under refreshment. It is totally under refreshment. The test track,
I don't know about that. They're supposed to do it with like the old. What was it called? The old
refurb. Like,
yeah, no, they're supposed to theme it the
retheme.
old ride that was there. The Life of Motors or something like that.
Okay.
What was it called? You know?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Being totally honest with you, but
to do with like the evolution of cars that used to be there.
okay.
I don't know.
If you say so. Well, that kind of sort of takes me to so keep bringing up all the rehab stuff that's coming up, right? Well, my thing with that is for the next couple years, Disney World and all the theme parks are going to be nothing but construction walls. If you think about it, like all this rehab work and construction that's going to be going on at the Magic Kingdom, there's going to be construction walls everywhere around Frontierland, everywhere they're building these cars attractions, Epcot, Animal Kingdom with all the stuff going on.
The World of Motion, that's what it is called.
World of Motion, yeah.
Yeah.
All the stuff going on with the Animal Kingdom refurbs, the Indiana Jones attraction, which, yeah, by the way, Indiana Jones, I could tell you another story about Indiana Jones. We'll jump into that in a few. But it's going to be all construction walls. So why would anyone want to go to Disney World in the next 2 or 3 years while all this construction's going on? You're spending an exorbitant amount of money to go to Disney World to just see these hideous construction walls everywhere. So I'm sorry, Alec, I'm not going to be headed there for the next few years. Speaking of Indiana Jones, like which we were just talking about, the Indiana Jones ride in Disneyland, cool ride, but dude, like it needs some TLC for real. That was another ride where, and PJ, I'm going to bring up this story and I'm going to apologize in advance.
No, it's fine.
You know what I'm going to say. So we got stuck on Indiana Jones. Another ride we got stuck on.
You need to pee really bad.
PJ and I, dude, we had to pee so bad. We were in this little enclosed area getting towards the end of the queue line. We had waited in line for already over 30, 40 minutes for Indiana Jones, which definitely needs some maintenance for sure. Goes down. We were like, are you kidding me? PJ and I, we had to go to the bathroom so bad. We were waiting to get...
We had to do it for Charlotte.
Yeah. We had no internet connection. We were trying to get food because we were starving. I think we were like trying to get like lunch. And it was hot. There was no fans. We were in this really closed, tiny space on a stairwell because we were going up the steps before you went over the track and then down the steps again. And poor PJ I was getting frustrated because I was trying to order us food. I was in the app, and the internet connection was going in and out. I had to pee so bad. PJ had to pee so bad. We were all miserable. We didn't know whether to get out of line. That one, it was down for a solid 40, 45 minutes. Right? Easily. It might have been an hour. Well, I'm sitting there trying to order food, and PJ, God bless your soul, dude, you were just trying to talk to me about something, and I completely... I won't say I snapped, but I did. Like, I was so frustrated. The app not working, me trying to order food, the ride being down, me had to pee, and I, like, kind of went off on you a little bit because you were just trying to talk to me about something, and that was horrible. I feel so guilty that I did that, and went off on you a little bit, and that's not fair. It wasn't fair to you, but that's just an example of a typical everyday thing that goes on at Disneyland, you know. And I officially apologize for me getting angry at you in the line for Indiana Jones. I'm sorry.
It was just Charlotte. Charlotte wanted to get on that ride really bad, so I was trying to hold it in.
We did. We had to hold it, and then we after that ride was over, we sprinted to that bathroom over by the store.
Yeah.
In Adventureland. Oh my gosh. And we made it.
Not gonna lie, that thing was so shaky that I almost shook my pee out.
When Indiana Jones, like, here, let's reenact Indiana Jones. They're like, yeah. Basically, Dinosaur with Indiana Jones theme. And I'm going to miss Dinosaur in Disney World too. I mean, hopefully they make that a cool attraction.
Ad break.
Dude, what the heck, man? I'm going to have to turn off this monetization for live stream. I don't like this at all. Are you serious? It's about hair loss? Bro, they're sending ads about hair loss? What the heck? That's so messed up. They're doing ads on hair loss. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm bald, okay? I'm bald.
Take that from me.
They're selling ads. That's messed up. Oh, man. They're trolling me. YouTube is trolling me here, making fun of my freaking hair, giving me ads on my channel about hair loss remedies. Mother monkeys. That's messed up. Anyway. Shoot. Alright, well.
Sunny Shine says hi. I don't know who that is, but...
Sunny Shine. Hey, what's going on? We're glad here. If any of you out there have questions, we'll gladly answer any questions you have. We were just going over...
she says she's new here. Or he, or she,
cool.
I don't know. Or
hey,
whatever gen you are.
Yeah, where are you at? I'm glad that you're joining us here for our live feed. And we were just talking about our horrible experience on Indiana Jones where we had to pee really bad and the ride broke down. We were sweating. It was so hot in there. We were stuck in that little tight space with the steps and the ride. It broke down for over an hour. Holy smokes.
Oh, it's a she. So
cool. Yeah. Very cool. Well, hello, Miss Sunny Shine. Ask us anything you want. We're here to talk about our Disneyland vacation. And all the pros and cons. So we've gone over a lot of the things we've had issues with. What's something that you took away from the trip that was memorable, that you enjoyed, that you had fun with?
I had fun with the rides. The rides were good. It's just they broke down a lot. Yeah.
So you enjoyed the rides when they weren't broken down.
Yeah.
What was your favorite attraction in Disney?
Mars Land, the one. I like that.
In California Adventure. I knew you were going to say Radiator Springs Racers.
I know you. Silver Bee Cooking, that's Jared.
Hey, what's going on? I really enjoyed Radiator Springs Racers. I really enjoyed the Guardians of the Galaxy attraction, and I enjoyed Web Slingers, but those were all constantly going down. Rise of the Resistance, I had already rode in Disney World, so that I don't think that counts. But a lot of the attractions that we don't typically get in Disney World, I really enjoyed in California, like the Matterhorn, the different Small World. Pirates, I really enjoy Pirates of the Caribbean at Disneyland more than Disney World because you have those additional scenes in the beginning, and it makes it a much more full attraction. What's that?
They didn't. I didn't.
Yeah. But I love Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, he was saying, did he ride the Incredible Coaster? I'm like, I didn't. He did.
Oh, the Incredicoaster?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we rode the Incredicoaster 2 or 3 times. Charlotte and I did.
Yeah.
I love the Incredicoaster. And then we also did the wheel.
Yeah.
But we did the swinging cars. You and Mom did the stationary cars.
I would have been sick.
I didn't get sick. Like, I don't know, the little cars rocking and going back. That was really cool. You don't get to experience it that often. So those are some of my favorite attractions. What else? What else did you actually like about it? Well, we're talking about all the stuff that we had issues with, which...
I wonder if there's any difference between Disney World.
Never been to Disneyland. Okay. So the differences that stick out for us was that Disneyland was the original park.
And also, it's more like
compact. It's a lot more small, a lot less steps per day. One of the big differences that always blows my mind is that if you have a park hopper at Disneyland, when I say the entrance to California Adventure is only a 1 minute walk to Disneyland, it's a couple hundred feet. So you walk out of Disneyland and you're literally looking at the entrance to California Adventure. You walk, I don't know, 300-400 feet, and then there you go. Look, you're in California Adventure. It's pretty cool. And then you make a right out of Disneyland, and then you're at downtown Disney. And so all the parks you can just walk to, and all the resorts are walking distance to the park. So that's kind of cool. It's not like Disney World where you have to catch a bus and go everywhere, and the parks are 10 or 15 minutes apart. They don't have the luxury of space.
Depends. Well, we didn't do a Disney Resort.
No, we were at the resort off the street. Yeah. Disneyland, though, a lot more of the queue lines are outside. You don't have like in Disney World where all the queue lines are inside. So on hot days, we went during kind of a heat wave, and it was, definitely a little.
Not as bad as Maryland.
Maryland, we were going through heat waves too, but it was getting up there in terms of the temperature. It was definitely getting.
Not as bad as Maryland though. That one time, Maryland was getting like 190s like that.
It was not 190 degrees. We'd be
like 190s.
Oh, okay, and then I was like 190 degrees. We'd be baking. Like that's like apocalypse. So that's some of the ways that Disneyland is different in a good way, though. You see Walt's apartment, above the firehouse. That's really cool. And it is weird though, is that while you're in Disneyland, you can look over and see the outside world. Like, hey, there's a McDonald's. There's a Panera Bread right across the street from Disneyland.
Oh, there's an ad. Let's see what it's about. It's about trail mix.
Trail mix? I do like trail mix, actually. We don't need to... see, people might be watching us after the fact and don't get the ads, so... Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's funny, though. I'm still laughing about the male pattern baldness commercial. Thank you for that. Disneyland's a fun place, though. It's definitely an experience. You have to experience it at least once, I think. We went primarily because the kids hadn't been. We had been to Disneyland in 2006, my wife and I. And the kids had just really wanted to go. And so we took them out there. And
well, Charlotte. Mostly Charlotte.
Charlotte, she's like our hardcore Disney fan. She really wanted to go.
I wanted to go on a cruise, but it was still nice.
You were still a Disneyland fan.
I liked the Disneyland, but I wanted to go on a cruise. That's probably going to be this year.
See, that's what our thing is. After we stopped going to Disney so much, we started cruising a lot. And we started cruising on Royal Caribbean because we got priced out of the Disney Cruise Line. We had done a couple Disney cruises. Unfortunately, we got priced out of those. And so we were on Royal Caribbean and Carnival.
Aren't they making a new ship?
Yeah, they are making a new ship.
I feel like they're
making a couple new ships, actually. I don't know. So that was quite the trip. What are some of a couple other issues that we had over at Disneyland in California Adventure besides the rides going down?
A lot of the bathrooms are very far apart.
Yeah, less bathrooms. The infrastructure is different. There's less food and drink options in the park, less bathrooms. So that was a little bit much.
Yes, we did hear about what Hershey Park is getting in 2025. The
big swing, yeah. Something PJ. I don't know. We get on the swings? Maybe. They might be on the...
I think it was like Twister Gravity or something like that.
The thing with that... Okay, so... sorry if you're tuning in. We live near Hershey Park. It's kind of like our home amusement park. You should definitely visit Hershey Park. It's the sweetest place on earth. And you can get season tickets there, including dining and stuff, for around $600. Like their most premium attractions and all kinds of stuff. And season plan.
Twizzlers Twisted Gravity. That's coming.
Twizzlers Twisted Gravity. Big swing ride. I think it's going to be the biggest swing ride in America. Thing with that, like, I'm not scared of going on that ride. I'm not scared of heights or anything like that. But those rocking rides that are just constantly the same thing, dude, I will get sick as a dog on those things. I'm a wuss these days when it comes to rides that just have a constant motion because I will get sick. But you got to ride everything once, I guess. Um, the other thing I want to touch on a little bit was the food options because Disney has gotten to this point where they are almost taking themselves too seriously with dining,
Yeah,
and
because they have like so much fancy food that kids are not gonna have. And
so we're
like
walking.
me, I'm kind of a picky eater. I'm gonna say that I'm kind of a picky eater. So
You just want your standard chicken tenders, grilled
yeah,
cheese, stuff like that. And we were
like
having a hard time. Like we were walking around Disneyland, looking at the apps of what they were offering, and we were trying to find regular kids food for PJ to eat.
like carnival food,
Yeah,
like carnival food and stuff that they would serve there.
yeah, and it was hard to come by because they have all these really extravagant menu offerings, which are great if it was my wife and I going. But when you have little kids and you have to get them food, and we did pack some lunches some of the days, but dude, like offer more kid friendly food for the little ones.
Yep.
We shouldn't have to be walking around looking at different food options.
Yes, I can't really ride any more.
So you don't really go to the theme parks. That's sad. I'm sorry, Sunshine. Um, that's the one thing I used to like about Disney is that if you weren't a avid like roller coaster fan, you could go and have a good time at Disney. Your kids could have a good time because they were, like lighter attractions. They were dark ride
Yeah.
attractions. They were ones that you could enjoy together as a family, and they weren't overwhelming to the senses. And that's where Universal set themselves apart early on because they did have the big roller coasters and the thrill rides, and Disney was just kind of like more your family friendly alternative.
Universal just has too many sick rides.
That is my problem with Universal. It's like everything's a motion
3D.
simulator, 3D. Oh, yeah.
Universal was a mess. We're not even gonna talk about that. It's like me motion sickness. It doesn't really affect me that much, but like I just don't really like it. I don't really like 3D rides and stuff.
I do agree. Universal relying too heavy on the motion simulator, 3D and 4D attractions.
They're trying to make it too realistic.
Yeah.
Disney, on the other hand, is making some bird like talk and stuff.
We did go to Universal on the trip because we wanted to see the Super Mario World,
Yeah.
which was that was
The only thing about Universal Hollywood is it didn't really have that much rides. It had like 9 rides.
mhm, not that many attractions. They're known for their backlot tour,
Yeah.
or their studios tour, which is kind of neat.
Why is it not at why is the backlot tour not at the other Universal park?
You mean Hollywood Studios?
Yeah, why is it not at
They took it out when they put in the Galaxy's Edge.
oh.
Yeah, that was all part of the construction that they tore out when they put in Galaxy's Edge. So Hollywood Studios really isn't even a working theme park anymore. When I worked there, it was actually a working production studio. It was kind of cool. Now, unfortunately, it's just a themed Hollywood land. They're even kind of getting away from that a bit. So,
Oh, there's ads about movies now.
well, that's good because I'm a movie nerd. I'm a movie junkie. So I'm all about the movie ads. Dude, I'm gonna have to. I think for our next stream, we're still new to the live stream kind of thing. I'm gonna probably turn off the ads for that, I guess. I'll figure out how to do that. I'm sorry, folks. I don't mean to subject you to ads all the time.
About bald people.
Shut up. To be fair, I started buzzing my head before I actually lost my hair, so I don't really care that much. It's fine. I'm not worried about being bald. You're gonna be bald one day. Don't even. It's all gonna be gone, dude.
No, it's
Just enjoy it while you have it.
No, it's not.
Well, anyway, let's see. What else do we have here? Space Mountain. There we are. That was our very first Disneyland ride.
I loved Space Mountain.
Okay, Disney World Space Mountain or Disneyland? Which one's better?
Definitely Disneyland.
You're Team Mom. See, I still like Disney World Space Mountain better than Disneyland.
Jerky and like it's quiet for a second and then it goes like
Oh, well, I don't know. I'm Team Disney World Space Mountain. Your team
I like
Disneyland
the
Space.
music on Disneyland Space Mountain.
Still the Indiana Jones. So go into the comments. Y'all are getting different ads than me. Hey, that's cool. Sunnyshine, thank you for letting me know that. I still don't know how these ads work, because it says you're getting different ads than me. I'm sorry you're getting any ads. I think for future live videos, I'm going to have to turn the ads off. I'm really not in this to make money, per se. I mean, that's kind of cool that we've just recently been monetized, but a couple bucks isn't going to make or break me, so I'll turn off the ads in the future. But yeah, the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular that you bring up, I was in that show a couple times. I actually got to do the death scene on the Indiana Jones, where they like have a person from the audience come up and they shoot him. You're like, ugh. I totally have done that twice. Remember my very first trip to Disney MGM Studios, I got chosen for that. The secret, you wear a loud and bold Hawaiian shirt. Both times that I had a Hawaiian shirt on the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular, and you raise your hand that you want to be a volunteer, and you're just kind of like, extroverted, you'll totally get chosen. I promise. Well, and you have to be of age, so make sure you meet those criteria. But other than that,
What age you get to be
I'm pretty sure you got to be at least 18.
to do
At
it?
least you had to be before to be up there, because you have to sign a waiver and everything when you get up in front of the stage. But it is a blast. Hopefully that doesn't go away, because I did like the show there. What else? Anything else you want to touch on? I guess, man, it's getting past your bedtime.
I got two at the same time.
I got two at the same time. Wow. Well, I'm sorry about that. I'm interested to know what kind of ads you got, actually. Like, what are they showing in front of my videos? I guess I'm getting content that relates to me. Ah, man. Well, I don't know. I kind of had fun here talking about it. I think we might have gone over all the photos. Here's one last one there. There's us on the Disneyland Railroad. We had to ride it that day because it was getting shut down. So we rode that around. Luckily, it didn't break. But the very next day after we took this picture, they closed the Disneyland Railroad. I did like the little mural, the dinosaur area, like mural area on the Disneyland Railroad. Remember that?
What? Oh, yeah, that. We would go through Splash Mountain, but they put black things over it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was cool, though. I remember it was super hot this day, though.
I wish they didn't have construction walls. Like, what's the difference? Like, why can't people just see it?
Well, I'd rather see the construction wall, I guess. Well, they have to block what's going on with the actual construction. I guess you don't want to see a bunch of dudes just sweating it out and building a ride, and then they can't let the ride secrets in. So you need the construction walls, even though the construction walls are ugly. Just So not only do they have all the construction walls, though, they're up for so long. I mean, it took them so long to make Tron, and it was just ugly over Magic Kingdom in Florida for so long for what you got. I mean, Tron is like one of the shortest rides in all of Walt Disney World theme parks, and it took them like every bit of 5 or 6 years. I get that you have COVID going on, but
you get launched, you go in, you see a lot of screens, the end.
Yeah.
Isn't it like 1 minute?
But you know what it's a little over a minute. But I did like Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
That was good.
That's probably one of my favorite rides at Disney World, though.
Yeah, because you get like you get launched back, and then I don't even know what it does. Does it like go up? I feel what?
This is intriguing. No, finish your. So Jared got Expedia Travel, and Sunnyshine said one was a laundry commercial with a woman spinning around on roller skates, and the other one was for gut mushrooms. Mushrooms, like coffee, for gut health. Goodness gracious. Well, thank you for letting me know. This is actually quite enlightening. And I promise in future videos, I will certainly try to minimize the ads.
When we went on Guardians, it kind of went like that. I don't know if it did it in version. It felt like it was, but it didn't.
Yeah. Dude, so he said they took out the audience extras in the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular.
They did.
Wow.
They just, I know how they do it now. They just like, they have a stunt actor in the
And the
crowd.
audience. Well, they always had one of those, but that sucks that they don't call up audience members anymore. Wonder what? How come that slipped through my cracks? I don't remember them announcing that. That's a
They
bummer.
probably didn't. They just kind of,
I guess it was maybe a lawsuit issue or something.
yeah.
Weird. All right, dude. Well, I guess we better get ready to sign off tonight. We've been on here for just under an hour, I guess, and it's past our bedtimes because we're lame.
Yeah.
But we will come on here and do this again sometime. Miss Sunnyshine, thank you for joining us. Silverby Cook and Jared, thank you. Juju, good to see you, brother.
I think it's the older brother, I think.
It's the older brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think.
Go Hall. All right.
Pretty sure.
So I hope that you guys are enjoying my videos. I love that someone out there keeps calling me monorail voice guy. Yeah, I don't get it. You're listening to my voice compared to the monorail voice guy.
That you have to do. Where?
Oh, you sent me the spiel thing. What? All right. Well, I already know the main line because I'm such a Disney fan.
Like all that.
I'm not reading this whole thing, but
just like read some of it.
Yeah, for people that say I sound like the monorail voice guy, I don't try. The Disneyland one, maybe I sound a little bit different. Closer to him than the Disney World one. But here's the best impression I could do of the monorail voice guy, and I don't need that because I've been on the monorail so many times. But it's please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. That's the best I've got. Like that's if I sound like the monorail guy, awesome. But it does flow off the tongue very well. Like, go ahead, PJ. Please stand clear of the doors.
Please stand clear of the doors.
That's not bad for a younger generation. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
I cannot say that.
You need to take Spanish too. Well,
take that.
Thank you for you calling me monorail guy. I appreciate it. Someone keeps shouting me out, calling me monorail guy. If Disney want me to do the voice for the monorail, I would do it for free. Legit, I will go down. You pay my way down to Florida. I will record your next voiceover for the monorail for free. And I will be the por favor guy all day.
Por favor.
Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. I would probably have to purposely switch up the voice just so it didn't sound like I'm trying to mimic the guy before.
It's so funny. On one of the California Adventure rides, Mater was saying Spanish and it sounded so weird.
Yeah.
He was like, Mater, he was like, hola, hola.
Hey, nice work, pal. I love the nice work, pal. All right. Okay, everyone, we have to head to bed. I'm sorry, we're lame. I wake up super early, and
I got
a
big day. I get free Chick-fil-A.
Free Chick-fil-A for you tomorrow. Sweet. All right, everybody. Peace out. Aloha. Hope you have a wonderful night.